So we are going to do a few more problems on the test review. So number 12 says, Cassie took a math quiz that had 15 problems on it. If she missed 2 problems, what would be her grade? Grade meaning what is the percent correct? Okay, so what I know is that I have 15 problems. That's the TWO. That's the total whole or original number of problems. She missed 2. Okay, we want to know her grade, which is percent correct. Okay, that should generally be what your grade reflects. Okay, so I don't have a percent. I cannot change a percent to a decimal and then multiply. So I'm going to have to do is over of equals percent over 100. Okay, number of is TWO, total whole original, which is 15. Now, we don't want to put 2 on top. We want to put how many she got correct on top. So if she missed 2, how many did she get correct? 13, right? She got most of them correct. So 13 over 15 equals x over 100. Okay? So I'm going to cross multiply this just to practice with you. So remember, when I multiply this, it's 13 with 2 zeros, or move that decimal twice, and then 15x, right? And then divide both sides by 15. Okay? So now we divide, and we're going to take it to the 10th place so that I can round it. So we know 15 won't go into 1. We know 15 won't go into 13. So we're already making some headway here. So 15 into 130, well, I know 15 times 10 is 150, so that's pretty close. So let's just try 15 times 9, 45, carry the 4, 135, too big. 15 times 8, 40, 8 plus 4, 120. So it goes in 8 times, so this person has an 80-something. 120. 10 left, pull down a 0, so 100. So it's got to be close. So I'm going to go with 15 times 6. 6 plus 3, 9. So 90 is going to be our number here, so that's going to work. So it goes in 6 times, which is 90. I have 10, so I put decimal, decimal, 0, and we already know how many times 15 goes into 100 because we just did it. So this looks like it's going to start repeating. So when we do our grade, remember, it's 86 point something. We don't put that. So this is where I want to round to. Look to the right. 5 or more, raise the score, or 5 or more, add 1 more. So 86 goes to 87. That would be the grade. Okay? So, the next one I want to do is I actually want to skip this page and go to number 19, and then we'll go back. Okay, number 19. The Peterson family makes a net income of $2,500 a month. So this is what they actually bring home. Okay, they actually bring this home. They see this in their account. Remember, gross is before you take out the taxes. Net means my taxes have been taken out, my medical premiums have been taken out, so this is what I have to make my budget on, okay? The question says, determine the percent represented by housing / mortgage. So, again, we do not have a percent, so we cannot change the percent to a decimal and multiply. So I'm moving this because you probably couldn't see it. So, this is an is over of, right? Is over of equals percent over 100. Now we are only finding housing and mortgage, but we could do the same process to figure out any of these. So housing and mortgage is $850. Of is the total. We already have it, which is $2,500. If we didn't have it, we could add this up. Okay, equals x over 100. So the first thing I'm going to do, hopefully you know, is get rid of the 1 0 on the end. Okay? So I have 8,500 on one side, 85 with 2 zeros, and on the other side I have 250 times x. Okay? Multiply that. Now we divide both sides by 250. Okay? Okay. So we're going to cross that out, right? So 850 divided by 25. Okay. 25 is the easy one. I don't have to list it. 25 into 85 is 3 because that's 75. 1, 0 when I subtract. Pull down a 0. 25 into 100 goes exactly 4 times with 0 left. So the percent for that would be 34%. Okay? Okay? So, number 20 I think is a good problem. It says Allison makes $14 per hour and she works 40 hours per week. Okay? So this is good. This is something you should be able to figure out. So if she makes $14 per hour and she works 40 hours per week, I want you to think of what you would do to figure out how much she makes in a week. Gross pay. Okay? A total of 16% is taken out for Social Security, Medicare, and federal income tax. So nothing here for medical premiums. Maybe she is a teenager and she's under her parents' medical. So all we're taking out is for the various taxes, Social Security, Medicare, and federal income tax. So we're just going to say they take out a total of 16%. Okay? So what will be her net income? So remember, net income is going to be her gross income, take away the taxes. Okay? So to figure out how much she makes in a week, wouldn't we do 14 times 40? $14 an hour per 1 hour, and she works for 40 hours. Okay? Hold my spot. 16. 4 plus 1 is 5. So in a week, she makes $560. This is her gross pay. She doesn't get to keep all this because some of it's taken out. And according to this, they're taking out 16%. So we change the percent to a decimal and multiply. So 16%, 1, 2, so equals 0.16. So 560 times 0.16. Okay, please feel free to pause the video if you need to, because if I go too fast. 0, 36, 30 plus 3, 33. Hold my spot. 0, 6, 5. Nothing regrouped there. 0, 6, 9, 8, 1, 2, 1, 2. So my next question is, what does this number represent? Every time we multiply by a percent, we want to make sure we know what we just calculated. Well, basically, I just calculated the 16%. What does the 16% represent? That represents the taxes that are coming out. Okay? So I want the net income, which means the gross income, take away the taxes. So please make sure you write it this way. Okay, that's how you want to make sure you write it. 0 minus 0 is 0. So I can't do 0 minus 6. So this one becomes a 10. Hopefully you remember this one becomes a 9 when you are subtracting over 0. This one becomes a 5. 10 minus 6, 4. Decimal. 9 minus 9, 0. 5 minus 8, I can't do that, so I regroup. 15 minus 8, 7. And 4. So this is what Allison would see on her check. This is how much she would see. Okay? So I'm going to start one last problem for you, and then I'm going to let you finish this up. I will attach the key so you can practice problems from the other page and make sure you get that completed, okay? So this says, Scott and Shelley ate dinner at Red Lobster. If the total of their meal was $35 and they went to leave a 20% tip, how much money should they leave for tip? So we're looking for the money that they leave for tip, okay? So this is a basic problem. This is a change the percent to a decimal and multiply. And remember, 20% represents tip. So when I multiply 35 times 0.2, this answer will give me tip. And that will go right there, okay? So I want you to finish this, then practice the other problems that you see on this review. And I'll have a key for you to check your answers and just upload what you complete.